From beautiful Delray Beach, Florida, welcome to the 2020 Delray Beach Open Junior Championships. I'm Carl Foster, along with multiple gold ball junior champion Ivan Barron. Social distancing, the first event in South Florida, Ivan, the whole new normal here for tennis, but it's exciting to be out here and seeing these young juniors playing tennis again. Yeah, we are absolutely excited to be back on the courts outside, and everything is about safety. That is our #1 priority. The parents are happy to be out. They don't want to be stuck in the house anymore with the children, and the children want to go ahead and play some tennis as well. And we have different divisions, a little bit different scoring. You got 12s, 14s, 16s, 18s. You've got everybody here through the state of Florida. So how does this whole event work here? What are we going to be seeing on the show? Sure. Well, this is the highest sanctioned event for the Florida section. We have the boys 12 through 18s this weekend at multiple sites to reduce the physical distancing, and the girls are next weekend. And talk about, Ivan, some of the things that you're doing here with your virtual check-ins. You see everybody with masks on and so forth. Obviously, we're social distance here, but just talk about some of the parameters you had to go through in setting this tournament up. Hundreds of hours to get ready for this event. Spoke to the city, the county, the government, the USDA, Southern Section. Safety, we have about 10 pages of guidelines. Everyone must wear a mask on site unless they're playing. Everyone keeps their tennis balls so no one else touches anyone else's tennis balls. We have a virtual app which we've never used before, where we text the players to come on site so no one's roaming the site, and every player must only bring one guest. So we're doing everything we possibly can, and we're sanitizing chairs, score tenders, tables, everything and anything, the bathrooms, everything you can think of, we're trying to do this weekend. And we're looking for some great tennis coming up on this week's show. Special edition with the 12s, 14s, 16s, and 18s. Some of the top juniors in Florida and from around the country playing right here in Delray Beach.
We really worked with a lot of different aspects, a lot of different groups, just trying to come up with a safety protocol that makes sense and ensures everyone is, maximum safety at all times. Bringing normalcy back to kids, let alone athletes, has just been such a blessing.
Yeah, I'm really excited to go on court after 4 months of not playing tournaments, and so far the tournament's been really professional. They've done all the protocols possible to make this tournament happen during the pandemic, so yeah, I'm really excited to go on court.
Right here today is a great example of how sports can recover and can lead the way in terms of bringing back life to a community.
For you to be your most powerful, most productive, and most passionate, you also need to be your most healthy. But for you to be your most happy, you just need to save money. Celebrating 25 years of helping you be your most healthy and most happy. Vitacost.com. Live naturally, shop wisely.
Delray Beach is the perfect destination, featuring a bustling downtown of trendy shops and gourmet restaurants, vibrant arts district, and scenic vistas. Home to world-class tennis tournaments, pristine golf courses, and award-winning beaches, this oceanfront community is rich in history and cultural diversity. Delray Beach is truly an unforgettable experience, and we invite you to enjoy the warmth of our climate and the hospitality of our people. Delray Beach, Florida's village by the sea.
Welcome back to the Delray Beach Open Junior Tennis Championships. Okay, Ivan, we do the junior tournaments every year. This year's a little bit different, obviously with the pandemic and the COVID-19. We weren't sure there was going to be any events, but we do have the first event in South Florida. But you had to go through a lot of changes, working with the Sports Commission, working with the county, the state, so forth. What are some of the guidelines in order to make this event happen? What did you have to do? Sure, we've worked hundreds of hours to get ready for this one event. Our safety guidelines are second to none, and we're always learning. We don't know everything, but we're trying our best every single day. We have one player guest per person to reduce the amount of people on site.
We are texting them via our software to come on site when we're ready for their match. They cannot be on site before then. There are no practice courts after we start play for the day. We're sanitizing everything after every single match. So we're doing whatever it takes so it's safe for the players and their parents.
And also it's only singles. Usually singles and doubles, it's a lot bigger draw. So talk about the action, some of the things that are going on here and what you're doing different on the courts and how the players have to react differently.
Sure. You know, this event was literally full, max capacity with a large waiting list. We maxed it at 32 players per draw, boys 12 through 18, so that was our number that we could work with. And you know, we're doing everything we can. The players are happy, the people are happy, and you know, it's the sun's out. We're loving life right now.
Talk about some of the challenges that you have running this tournament versus you've run many tournaments over the years.
Sure.
But this is a totally different aspect. What are some of the challenges this week with the boys, next week with the girls?
Sure. Hopefully everything's going to be great this next week for this week as well. We have to thank our sponsors, which helped us as well. Vitacost, the City of Delray Beach, SCORE at the top, and the Palm Beach County Sports Commission. We worked with the city, the county to get ready for this event. They gave us their best practices, and every player gets a new can of balls, which SCORE at the top sponsored the event. So we are investing in this event to be safer.
And also even in the awards presentation, they're going to be receiving, you know, usually we do awards presentations, but even after the championship matches, and we'll see some great tennis here throughout the day, but talk about just some of the presentations and other things that you also be taking care of.
Sure, you know, it's one of those, everyone has to have a mask on site. These kids are still learning, the parents are learning. We have to remind them all the time, which we're okay with. Eventually they'll get it. The awards, we put on a table, we don't touch them, they grab them themselves, they put it on themselves, and we stay 10 feet back and take a picture. It's just a new ball game, and we're excited to learn this new curve.
When these players hit the courts, it's very different to play in a much more empty environment. From pro athletes to the young up-and-comers, there's some adjusting to not having spectators. It might be early in their careers, and these younger players have spent a lot of time playing without a crowd. But it's important for them to stay focused, stay in the moment, and remember, these are not just recreational matches, but career-building experiences. We're at the Delray Beach Championships with George Lindley, Executive Director with the Palm Beach Sports Commission. The first event since the COVID has really hit us. Just talk about the overview from the Sports Commission standpoint in Palm Beach County with what's being taken care of, you know, with the CDC and sort of the parameters. It's a new normal for us with events.
Yeah, this, as we all have heard countless times, these are unprecedented times. And for us to be here right now at the Delray Beach Tennis Center and our great partners at PIM, Players International Management, Ivan and Mark Barron and his entire team to really aid the recovery of sports in our community. It's a big day for us. As I walk around, I've seen nothing but excellent management in terms of creating a safe and welcoming environment with social distancing, with masks being worn, with the ability to sanitize on a frequent basis. The team right here at Players International Management is really leading the way. Since the pandemics began, our county has seen a complete stop. Just like the sports universe, we've come to a complete stop in terms of hosting events. The only events that we've seen is a few made-for-TV events, and in terms of a tournament-style format, this is the first event in our county, one of the first in the state of Florida and the first in Palm Beach County, and it's being handled in such a responsible way. So we're glad to support this effort, and as you said, hopefully as we start to get deeper into the summer and we get into the fall, hopefully we'll see more sports events come back to life in a very careful and responsible manner.
All right, Sam Mita with the Director of Parks and Rec for Delray Beach and the City of Delray. Do you work with the state guidelines, the county guidelines, or what determines if you're going to do an event, what kind of approvals do you have to get to put on an event like this? Is it done within the city?
Yeah, it's done really with all of that.
Yeah.
The answer to that is all of the above.
Okay.
We look at recommendations from the CDC, from the county, what our local emergency orders are allowing, and what we can do here within the city. So all of that goes into play, recommendations from the USTA, and a lot of it is just building a best case fit from all of that and where we can fit it inside of that box and make it work.
And what do you see in your crystal ball going forward here, if we have any idea, because it's a day-to-day type of thing with different cases spiking in other states and Florida was the primo state for a while, and now it's become the hot spot. So obviously you guys probably have to monitor this day by day. And is there events on the calendar you're looking at now, and how far in advance can you put on an event right now?
So that's one of our biggest challenges, and the truth is, it's all day to day. And just like many of us living throughout the country on our day to day, what we're doing, the same event process goes into place with our planning. And we're just taking it event by event. Each event in this world is so uniquely different as far as the participation, number of participants, the type of participants, their age demographics. So you really have to take each one and then run it through those protocols that we just talked so much about.
Coming up, we'll hear from some schools that help develop student athletes and manage their busy schedules and are uniquely equipped to respond to the challenges of the COVID pandemic.
Delray Beach is the perfect destination, featuring a bustling downtown of trendy shops and gourmet restaurants, vibrant arts district, and scenic vistas. Home to world-class tennis tournaments, pristine golf courses, and award-winning beaches, this oceanfront community is rich in history and cultural diversity. Delray Beach is truly an unforgettable experience, and we invite you to enjoy the warmth of our climate and the hospitality of our people. Delray Beach, Florida's village by the sea.
Score at the Top was a great partner and sponsor at this tournament, and we were encouraged to hear about their custom strategies for these student athletes. With Robin Cantor, head of schools at Score at the Top, and let's talk about overall what your role is and how exciting it is to have student athletes in the online school.
We are a sponsor of the tournament. We sponsored the balls. We especially wanted to sponsor this tournament because of the social distancing that they were offering. Everybody is being so safe and protective and making sure that the athletes can get back on the court, which for our students and for our kids' mental health, that's so important, especially athletes who are used to being out there all the time. We have been working with athletes for over 10 years through our not just online school, but in-person school as well. We're about one size fits you, not one size fits all, which is perfect for student athletes. We can fit all of their schooling across the world, country, or just in the state of Florida into a schedule that meets both their academic and their athletic needs.
What are some of the challenges with the COVID? Obviously all the social distancing and the different aspects, but how are the athletes dealing with this and how are you guys dealing with it?
You know, it was pretty seamless for us because this has been one of the things we've been doing for over a decade. Unlike other schools that really had to increase their technology and figure out what are we going to do and how are we going to do it, we've been doing online and in-person one-on-one for athletes, like I said, for over a decade. So it was seamless for us. Whether or not an athlete is in the state of Florida or traveling for tournaments to California, even Europe, we've had students in Vietnam and China. We find the time, according to their schedule and their time zone, for them to be able to meet with a live teacher one-on-one. We do synchronous education, so nothing is on their own. They always get their 1 hour per subject with each teacher, and that's how they get their education. And it helps them a lot because there's not all that increase, I have to learn on my own, homework on my own. They're doing it live with a certified instructor with them. So college education and consulting, working with NCAA to make sure their courses are approved, is a key component of what we can offer student athletes that other schools can't.
Sebastian Mendoza's mom was kind enough to chat with us about adjusting to the current life of a tennis family during the new pandemic guidelines. All right, Carla, let's talk about from the parent side that we're back to playing tennis again in tournaments, but a little bit different lifestyle right now. How's it been for you guys?
Yeah, different, as you said, you know, one day at a time, but at least we are back, which is very exciting. completely different. Now they have to be way more, careful, masks, no more than one person per player. So it's different, but we are very happy to be back. That's what matters.
And we got the social distancing, the masks, the sanitizing, the virtual check-ins, and a lot of differences right now.
Everything. They are learning a new way to play, to be honest. But I mean, it's good. It's for their own safety, so good.
Has he had a chance to practice much over the last several months?
Yes, we, like 4 or 3 weeks ago, we started to practice. The academy that is in Weston opened, so that was very good for us. So both of my children are, back to their routine. As you said, with many differences, but back to the routine. So yes, so far so good.
Yeah, and he's playing in a 14s final, so you got to be happy about that. How tough is it on the parents when you're watching him in a final?
I try to enjoy as much as I can. Sometimes it's better not to watch, but when I do, I enjoy. I think it's nice to see them playing, at that level.
Okay, well, good luck today, Carla.
Thank you.
We saw some competitive tennis in the 14s division with Sebastian Mendoza, the number 4 seed from Weston, Florida, taking on the number 1 seed, Calvin Baerl from Naples, Florida. Number 1 seed Calvin Baerl defeated the number 4 seed Sebastian Mendoza in straight sets 4-1, 5-3 with reduced scoring due to some weather delays. When we come back, the 18s final and building on 150 years of innovation in education, the Dwight Global Online School is committed to educating the next generation of innovative global leaders.
For you to be your most powerful, most productive, and most passionate, you also need to be your most healthy. But for you to be your most happy, you just need to save money. Celebrating 25 years of helping you be your most healthy and most happy. Vitacost.com. Live naturally, shop wisely.
Blake Swan, Vice Chancellor of Dwight Schools, gives us insight to their innovative world-class programs.
We were one of the first private schools to actually start a purely online school called Dwight Global Online. And the idea of Dwight Global is very simple, which is to really create the atmosphere of a top private school online. And with COVID, all of our schools actually had to go online, along with everybody else. Now, the difference is, I think we're going to see a lot more acceptance from parents of online education. And I think that's something that's going to be critical, because there's a lot of advantages to it. The great thing about Dwight is, as the kids are playing ITFs, they can go and actually, if they're in Seoul, spend time in Dwight Seoul or at Dwight Shanghai and actually meet some of the teachers there, or actually have a place to study. We started 7 years ago really to be the premier #1 online school. We started it with the founder of Stanford Online High School, and his dream was really to create that next iteration of Stanford Online. And that's what we've really been trying to do, and what we have done. Dwight Global Online was started really for those pre-professional children. So for the tennis players that needed to train 4 hours every day, that needed flexibility because they were playing ITFs, ballerinas, critical, actors, actresses. What we're seeing now is people that are not pre-professional. And, you know, particularly because of COVID or being afraid, you know, a number of people wanting to go fully online, seeing that their children did well over the last few months. Dwight Global is not for everybody. We are a more rigorous academic institution, so if you're a parent and you want your child to go to a top 30 university, Dwight Global is the school for you. For us, it was very important that the university saw us similar to the way they see our bricks and mortar schools. That's the critical thing.
18's #1 seed Yannick Raman's father shares with us how COVID changes the approach for these young players. Talk about the tournament, getting back into tennis action. I know it's been a tough several months.
It's been very tough because first month we couldn't play tennis, and then things opened up and then we started playing, and it's tough to get them focused, you know, to practice every day without any tournaments, but we made it. So
now he's in the finals of this tournament, but you know, it's different. You know, we got masks and, you know, all kinds of different guidelines and so forth. How's that affecting the play with the kids, you think?
Well, the short scoring will affect because it's a very short game. Whoever gets a head start could win, you know. And in a long match, it's much easier for the players.
We got a few thoughts from our competitors just before their 18's finale. Were you able to practice much over the last several months getting ready?
Yeah, I've been able to practice at the place I usually play at, which is called Royal Palm Tennis Club. They've been doing all the precautions and protocols necessary. So yeah, I've been able to practice during this pandemic so far.
And we've had a little bit of rain and a little different scoring situation, so it's important to get out to a fast start?
Yeah, this format's a little tricky because it's only 4 games per set. So you have to get a good start and be focused on every point.
Have you guys played each other before?
Yeah, we played each other a couple times 4 or 5 years ago. So I've won one, he's won 2.
Is it you playing right now because of the pandemic and the slowdown, getting ready, you know, for a college career or to play in the pro? What's your thought pattern, trying to get as many matches as you can?
Yeah, I haven't been playing tournaments in a while, so you know, I'm really happy to be back on court. I really like how the tournament's organized and the location in Delray Beach, so I'm ready to play.
A little bit different with having to use mask and then different scoring and so forth, so you're adapting to that?
Yeah, I'm definitely not very used to it, but it's what we have to do.
Okay, well, good luck today.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot. Yeah. Okay, thanks. #1 seed Yannick Raman from Miami, Florida didn't lose a set on his trip to the finals. #2 seed Adam Duan from Davie, Florida also has not lost a set in this tournament. And it was #1 seed Yannick Raman defeating the #2 seed Adam Duan in straight sets, 4-1, 4-1. All right, Yannick, you pick up the first tournament here in Delray Beach Open, 18. So overall, how was the week for you getting back into action?
Yeah, it was good. I was really excited to play again after 4 months of not playing a tournament due to this pandemic. So yeah, I thought I played good tennis throughout all matches.
What was the biggest change? You played before the pandemic and then you had a bit of a layoff here, so now you're back into some competition.
Yeah, I started to make my game a little more aggressive, especially off the baseline, obviously, and I changed my serve a little bit to make a little more slice on it, especially on clay court. It's really effective as a lefty.
What's the biggest challenge here? You had to wear masks this week, you had different virtual check-ins, and obviously social distancing, different scoring, you know, a lot of different changes.
Social distancing was kind of annoying because I had a lot of friends here, but the tournament was well run throughout the whole event, so yeah, it was a good tournament.
The rest of the year, what are you looking for?
Yeah, just keep playing good tennis, play some more USTA sectionals, as well as some ITFs internationally.
And what's your plans for the future with college, professional?
I would like to play college tennis, hopefully Division I. So that's my goal right now.
Okay, well, good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Great tournament.
Good. From beautiful Delray Beach, Florida, that's the Delray Beach Open Junior Tennis Championship. The boys, 12s, 14s, 16s, 18s, a beautiful weekend of tennis after many months cooped up They all came together. You guys did a great job with the event, Ivan, just social distancing and all the parameters to put this event on. But the boys were so happy, the parents that were out here also, because they were able to get back out and play some ball.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't be more excited with the turnout this weekend. Vita Cost, the city of Delray Beach, Score at the Top, the Palm Beach County Sports Commission all helped out with this weekend's event. It was all about safety. Our team, our staff, the players, the parents, they listened to everything we said. The masks, the hygiene, the physical distancing, everything went great.
Even a virtual registration desk, so you guys are high technology here. Next week, we bring the girls in.
Yeah, we're excited. You know, we tried everything this weekend, and it was new to us. We're all learning day to day. Everyone got their own tennis can of balls. They got to keep them when they're done. The Sportsmanship Award, the award they got to put on themselves because we're not touching it. We're excited for next week's girls divisions.
For Ivan Barrett, I'm Carl Foster from beautiful city of Delray Beach, Florida at the Delray Beach Open Junior Tennis Championships.